Isa sa mga kinakatakutan ng mga cyclist ay ang mawala ang kanilang mga bisikleta. We've heard so many stories. Mga ninakawan sa bahay, sa parking area, sa labas ng tindahan. At madami sa atin, hindi alam ang gagawin once na ma-realize natin na nanakawan pala tayo ng bike. In this episode of Tambike Session, we'll be joined by two bikers who had their bikes stolen at eventually na-recover. This is Lester Babiera and you're listening to Tambike Session, an anima podcast. Kasama ko today si Manuel Bausa and Gab Fuentes, and they'll share their experiences sa nakaw at recovery ng mga bikes nila. Hi Gab and Bausa, welcome to Tambike Session.
Hello.
Kamusta kayo? Nagagamit nyo na bang yung mga nanakaw na bisikleta? Gamit ba ulit?
Yung naibalik na bisikleta.
Pahinga nga ngayon dahil sumobra na sa gamit.
We wanna talk about yung experience nyo na nanakawan at na-recover yung bikes. Kasi like me, before, nanakawan din kami ng bisikleta pero hindi namin alam kung ano yung gagawin namin. So, we want to learn things sa inyo and hopefully, well, knock on wood, sana hindi naman mawala yung bisikleta ng ating mga listeners ngayon. Pero, yeah, we wanna learn just in case. Ano ba yung mga dapat gawin? I think, Gab, ikaw, you can start. Paano ba nawala yung bike mo? Kailan? Saan?
Ano yun? May 30. Gabi ata May 30 yun. Tapos, labas ng Jewels in Mandaluyong Circle. Pauwi na sana ako nun. Pinark ko lang sa saglit para bumili sana ng tubig. So, wala pa ako 5 minutes. Paglabas ko, wala na siya.
Ano yung Jewels, Gab?
Convenience store, sorry. Jewels Convenience Store.
So bumili ka lang ng tubig, pinark mo yung bike mo sa labas, pagkita mo, wala na yung bike.
Paglabas ko, wala pa 5 minutes sa loob. Paglabas ko, wala na yung bike. Kasi, well, iniwan ko lang siya, wala kasi chain lock or whatever.
Iniwan mo lang siya sa labas and is that a parking spot? Ano yung itsura nung labas?
Hindi.
Bangketa?
Bangketa. Medyo malaking bangketa tapos medyo main road na yung labas.
Bakit ka may confidence na iwan yung bike mo sa labas na yun? Dahil ba 5 minutes ka lang o lagi mo talagang iniiwan doon even before?
Well, usually kasi parang siguro time na yun, parang akala ko kasi walang tao sa loob masyado So makakabili agad ako, makakalabas agad ako after wala pang 5 minutes. Tapos yun, open glass din naman yung pintuan. So, ewan ko bakit yung time na yun hindi lang ako masyado nakasilip sa labas. Kaya di ko nakikita yung nangyayari. Tapos medyo confident din ako dahil may security guard dun sa pinto na nakatingin din naman sa labas. Pero yun, wala. Nakuha din.
How about you, Bausa? What's the story behind your stolen bicycle?
So, it happened siguro third week of August. That's 2 days after my birthday. So, a quick story lang. No? Before kasi ako yung day na supposed to do mag-ride, full week ako nasa hospital as I worked in a hospital before I resigned. So, talagang that's my last week before resignation. So, talagang bigay todo in every in the work that I do kasi parang sabi ko this is the last stretch of my work here and talagang I need to exert all effort. So, I need a good rest and then I need a good ride after this. So I was really looking forward to the weekend or the day that I'm going to ride my bicycle again. Because it's my greatest stress reliever, magbike. So fast forward to 2 days after my resignation. And then August 15, the day that I was supposed to, with my friends, going to Boso Boso. So sabi ko, I was really excited. I woke up early. And then, unfortunately, that day, umulan muna. So, hindi muna nanakaw yung bike ko, pero umulan muna. So, technically, it's just a coffee ride nung day din. So, I waited a few hours para makapag-ride kasi umulan mo siya muna. And then, siguro at around 10 a.m. or siguro mga 11 to 12. So, nangyari was, when I went down sa garahe, sinay ko parang, ba't wala yung bike? Ang alam ko kasi parang before kasi ako bumaba, umalis yung parents ko. So parang the gate was open and then lolo ko lang nasa baba. So, ang nangyari, it was partly our fault kasi hindi namin agad yun nasara yung gate and lolo ko lang nasa baba. Syempre, hindi mo na ma-expect yung grandfather ko magsara ng gate. So, it was left open and then may dumaan dun sa street namin and then unfortunately, nalooban kami and nanakaw siya. So, that's the quite unfortunate part of the story kung paano nanakaw yung bike.
So may pumasok sa bahay ninyo. Well, Bausa, happy birthday daw sa'yo. Kaya ganun.
Happy birthday sa kanya since naka-ride siya ng
Oo,
bike.
nakakuha siya ng bike. Actually, ganun din yung nangyari sa amin. Sa house namin, meron ding pumasok. In the middle of the night naman, as in 2 a.m., merong nakapagbukas ng gate namin. Tapos kinuha niya yung mountain bike ng sister ko na nakapark lang din sa garage. As in, nasa loob ng garahe namin. And ayun, tinangay niya yung bisikleta in the middle of the night while we're all sleeping. So ano ba yung mga bikes na nanakaw sa inyo? Yung sa amin mountain bike eh. How about you? Bausa sa'yo, ano yung bike na nawala?
Yung sa akin kasi it holds a sentimental value because the bike that I'm using is the bike that my mom uses before na nagta-triathlon siya. It's a road bike and then, ayun.
Yung akin, classic na road bike. Classic na Nishiki. Binili ko for myself. Na tapos sakto yung sukat sa akin. Parang budol buy lang sa akin yun eh. Pero sobrang tama lang na nagpabudol ako.
Nung nakita nyo na nawala yung bisikleta nyo, anong ginawa ninyo? What did you do immediately? Alam nyo na ba kung ano yung dapat yung gawin during the time? Or nagpapanik din ba kayo? Kami, kasi during the morning, since we're closely working with the barangay here in Manila, madali naming na-report yung incident. Nakapag-check kami kagad ng CCTV. Yung house namin may CCTV din. So, nalaman kagad namin kung kailan nawala, sino kumuha. Well, at least the face kung ano yung itsura nung magnanakaw. How about you? What did you do once nung na-figure out nyo na parang, oh no, nawawala pala yung bike ko?
So ako, una kong ginawa is tinignan ko muna yung streets na malapit. Tapos, ayun, nag-message na ako sa cycling friends na sabi ko, paki-post naman na stolen bike, ganyan. Tapos, tinawagan ko yung parents ko para sabihin. Na-mention nung guard na may CCTV yung kabila na tindahan, yung parang may katabi silang karinderya. Na sakto, dun nakatutok kung saan ko pinark yung bike. So, ayun, after nun, tinignan ko na yung CCTV, tapos nirecord ko yung video habang pinapanood. Doon ko nalaman yung itsura niya. Tsaka kami nagpunta sa barangay para i-report.
Ginawa mo was you look around sa streets tapos minessage mo yung mga friends mo to post it on social media. Tapos doon na kayo nagpunta sa mga authorities like the barangay. Tama?
Oo.
How about you, Bausa? What did you do immediately after you learned that your bike was missing?
So, ayun, it's a common reaction for people na talagang to be shocked and to be dismayed kasi ano nangyari. So, syempre, I nag-grieve ako for safe 10 minutes. Nasabi ko, ano ba yan? Na parang nawawala ba talaga? May pinagtripan ba ako ng mga tao sa bahay para hindi ako makapag-bike or ano ba talaga nangyari? And then, I called the people na kakaalis lang ng bahay kung dinala ba nila, papaayos ba nila or what. Kasi ayoko talaga maniwala that it's stolen eh. Kasi parang sobrang hard to believe na nanakaw siya inside the comfort of your home. Told my family kung tinago niyo ba or dinala niyo ba. And yun nga, nung nalaman ko na hindi sila involved in dun sa pagkawala ng bike, sabi ko, oh okay, it's really stolen. And then dun ko na accept na parang okay, I need to do something about this. Yung ano kasi, dad ko, very close sa barangay. So sabi ko sa kanya, pa, pwede mo ba akong samahan sa barangay, kausapin natin para may ma-access natin yung CCTVs nila para we can have a lead kung saan napunta while it's still fresh. So ayun, the late afternoon, around 2 p.m., na pumunta kami sa barangay and then we asked kung pwedeng i-review CCTV. And actually, parang parang you're playing detective on your own. Kasi parang ang hirap, honestly, na to find a specific date, to find the specific time, nung time na nawala yung bike. Let's say timeline mo is 10 a.m. You need to go to the 10 a.m. time period of the CCTV and then kailangan mo siya i-play slowly or fast para mahanap mo talaga yung time na dumaan dun yung magnanakaw. And ang problem pa sa atin kasi dito minsan sa some barangays or some areas, hindi match yung time ng CCTV as versus the actual time. So we had to
Ang palpak naman nun.
we had to review all the CCTVs in different angles para malaman, para sakto siya. Kasi what happened is parang, let's say, di ba nag-start sa barangay namin. And then we went on to different barangays up until we reached 10 barangays in total. So imagine niyo.
Wow, grabe, ang layo nun
Imagine niyo the process of reviewing the CCTVs, finding the correct time frame inside for the video. It's really really mentally exhausting talaga. Parang yung parang for most people would say that it's just a bike. Why would you exert this much effort in finding what you can buy again? Kasi it's just a bike eh. I mean, I have many reasons to buy a new bike, but I choose not to because it holds a sentimental value. And then talagang, I mean, that's what most people don't understand about us in the cycling community. Na parang, the bike is like the extension of ourselves. Diba? Parang,
correct.
It's like a shoe or it's like a ring that you wear na parang it represents who you are. Again, going back, na parang hirap talaga na parang i-connect siya piece per piece, frame per frame, up until mahanap mo. And ang pa kasi sa atin, minsan, some barangays would have no CCTVs at all kasi sira. Nagkaroon ng dead end. Kasi house namin here sa Taft Avenue. So, nung papunta na sa Taft yung CCTV, yung magnanakaw, rather, nagkaroon kami ng dead end kasi sira na lahat ng CCTV. Hindi na namin ma-connect after nun kung saan na pumunta yung magnanakaw. So we just relied na lang sa tiwala na kung saan namin siya iniisip pumunta. So we thought that time is ang unang instinct ng nanakaw na bike is to sell the bike. We asked around kung saan yung mga infamous places na binibenta yung bikes. At that time, meron sa Pasay and meron sa bandang Fertimar. So, nag-ask kami ng mga police kung ano ba yung mga notorious dito ng mga places na
nagbebenta ng bisikleta, ng mga second-hand
bikes. Yes,
oo.
And it's really, I have to thank my father for this one because he really exerted the effort. Kasi, for me, who's been really into cycling and na talagang at one point, nawala yung instrument ko in cycling, I was really disheartened na parang sabi ko, I just want to give up and I just want to choose another hobby. Like, I was ready na parang...
Ay, wow. Dumabot ka na sa ganung point.
Sabihin natin, after just 1 day or 2 days, na hindi nahanap yung bike, sabi ko, okay, it's a goner now. Na I need to find something else na to do to keep me preoccupied. Kasi at that time, I just resigned from work so wala talaga akong ginagawa at all. Ayun, so I was ready to throw in the towel and I was ready to find a new hobby. But seeing my father na parang na wala akong ginagawa sa bahay, at that time, I was really grieving. Sabi nga, he'll try his best to find. Ayun, so eventually, nagkaroon siya ng leads and nahanap siya sa bandang MOA. Doon siya nahanap. And then, that's August 23.
Na-recover ang bike mo?
Yes, that's August 23.
So how many days to lahat-lahat?
August 15, August 23, around more than 1 week. It's more than 1 week. So imagine mo that time period of thinking about, is it, there are 2 questions lang. Is it going to be found? Or if it's going to be found, buo pa ba siya? So, ayun.
Kasi uso din na nagbebenta ng parts lang, right?
Yes. Oo. So, ayun, that was the whole dilemma nung time na nawala yung bike. And ito, one of our guest speakers also, si Gab, I reached out to him as well kasi the bike community is very, very, very solid. That's one thing that I can commend our community with. Na parang sabi ng mga friends ko, post it to social media, talk to your friends or at least the famous personalities. And that time kasi famous personality is si Gab. Kasi he has a story that is very similar to mine. So sabi ko, bro, ano ba pwedeng kong gawin? So I followed his advice. I posted it online. I talked to a few friends. And then the cycling community did its job is to share the stolen bike. And I have to thank you also, si Lester, kasi you're one of the people who shared also.
Pero nag-reach out ka how many days after? Or was it the day itself na nagpahanap ka na online?
The day itself, actually for me, it's more of a like the comfort that you guys gave was the thing that I needed the most. Kasi parang it's totally out of my hands na kung mahanda ba siya o hindi. Kasi parang yun nga, parang nagkaroon ng dead end and wala na akong magawa after. So doon. So pero what kept me going, what kept me still alive to look for the bike was really the cycling community. Like they were very optimistic na mahahanap pa rin.
During the time na nawawalan ka na ng loob sa bike mo, here are strangers, here are people from the cycling community who are encouraging you na hindi mahahanap pa yan. So may ganong factor sa journey ni Bausa sa paghanap ng kanyang road bike. So it took you around 1 week, di ba? How about you, Gab? Pumunta kayo sa barangay and then what happened next?
Actually, unang namin pinuntahan is yung police station sa City Hall. Kasi sa tapat lang yun ng convenience store eh. Tapos, sinabi sa amin, barangay daw ang mag-handle. Tapos may sinabi siyang barangay, tinuro niya kung saan. Sige, pinuntahan namin. Yung pala, hindi yun yung barangay nung convenience store kung saan yung incident.
Oh no.
So, mali. Tapos, pinunta. Eventually, dun sa barangay na yun, dumating na si Dad. Kasi sabi niya, sige, susunod siya para samahan kami. Pagdating niya, pinuntahan na namin yung tamang barangay. Tapos yun, pagdating namin sa barangay, pinakita ko yung nangyari. Tapos pinakita ko yung CCTV footage na nirecord ko sa phone. Nung napanood nila, nakilala agad nila kung sino yung kumuha.
Notorious to.
Oo. Pero hindi siya notorious na magnanakaw ng bike mismo. Parang notorious siyang magnanakaw in general. Sabi, kakalaya lang. Parang sabi pa, kakalaya lang nito ah. Parang may ginawa na naman. Feeling ko kasi parang pag nahuhuli siya, wala naman nagtutuloy ng kaso o whatever. Kasi homeless yung guy eh. Parang homeless dude yung nakakuha ng bike. Kasi pagdating namin sa barangay, sabi, pinablatter ko and everything. Iniwan ko na yung number ko, hiningi nila yung number ko. Sabi niya, sige sir, subukan namin ikutan dun sa usual tinatambayan niya. Baka kung makita namin, may message ka namin agad. Tapos, well, sige, after nun parang medyo may hopes eh. Kasi kilala nila yung nakakuha nung bike.
Tama. Meron kang parang lead.
May lead eh. So, alam mo yun, malungkot, galit, pero at the same time, may onting hopes na sige, baka mahanap, baka makuha ko pa yung bike ko. At the same time, iniisip ko na rin na baka ibenta nga rin or baka kung saan na dinala, baka nakalayo or whatever. Kasi syempre nung nakuha yung bike, di ko maalam kung talagang marunong siya sa bike o hindi, di ba? Na baka maisipan niyang patayin yung bike tapos ibenta per part.
Ikilo. Ibenta sa junk shop.
Ayun, gano'n din. Pwede rin gano'n. Lalo na luma yung bike ko, mukha naman siyang luma. Tapos yun, nakauwi na ako at lahat. Hindi naman ako tumitingin sa phone ko dun sa mga friends na minessage ko nga sa social media. Kasi low-bat na ako. Tapos pag uwi, nakaligo na ako and everything. Tsaka lang ako nag-decide na tumingin sa phone. Tapos tinitignan ko lahat nung nag-share, ang dami ko notif, ganyan. So, nire-reshare ko lang. Tapos, dun sa group namin sa Meet and Ride, biglang minessage si GP na tinatanong kung yun daw yung nawawalang bike. Tapos ayun, pinano niya sa akin, parang kinausap niya muna to confirm, tapos pinapasa niya sa akin, sabi niya, ito yung may-ari ng bike, parang i-message, no? Ayun, nakakuha ako ng message dun sa guy. Sinenda niya ang picture kung yun nga daw yung bike. Sabi ko, oo, ang nawawala lang yung bag, leather bag ko na saddle bag. Tapos tinatanong ko kung nasa kanila pa. Sabi nila, oo, sinusubukan nga daw nila hanapin yung nagbenta. Kasi nung nakita nilang nakaw pala yung bike, naalarma sila. Tapos yun, parang nag-uusap kami. So nag-decide na lang na hindi, bilhin na lang namin sa inyo kung magkano nyo binili sa kanya.
Binenta sa kanila yung bisikleta.
Oo, binenta pala sa kanila yung bike.
And this was in a span of how long? Gaano katagal?
3 hours.
Ang bilis
After
naman.
3 hours nung nanakaw.
Ang bilis.
Parang nanakaw siya almost 7, mga past 6
PM.
Nakuha ko siya before 10 p.m.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
Ang bilis.
Lahat yun nangyari within that 3 hours or more.
Grabe. So, yung recovery ng iyong bisikleta ay napaka-bilis. Parang it's a roller coaster of emotions during that short period of time. Unlike kay Bausa na tumagal ng 7 days ang pag-aalala sa nawawalang bisikleta. So, when you learn that your bike was stolen, alam nyo na ba sa sarili nyo kung ano yung gagawin? For example, yung mga listeners natin dito nawalan sila ng bike, meron bang proper or tamang way para hanapin yung bike nila?
Parang for me kasi, months back, naka-experience ako na nanakawan ng bike. Doon sa store ko nasan ako, parang siya, vinyl cafe. Yung guy naman, iniwan niya sa labas na hindi nakalock, nanakawan siya. So, iba rin yung feeling pag sa'yo na nangyari. Parang kahit sabihin mong, okay, i-ready mo, alam mo na yung gagawin mo. Magpapanik ka pa rin sa umpisa eh. Mga good 1 to 5 minutes. Ano ka pa rin eh.
Parang nabaliw ka in a way.
Oo, kailangan mo talaga i-reset sarili mo na yun nga, tignan mo muna yung sa immediate vicinity kasi baka makita mo pa siya either sakay niya o dala niya.
Baka nandun pa ang magnanakaw.
Oo, baka andun pa siya eh. Oo, eh. Ang sunod, check mo siguro kung merong authorities na malapit kasi di mo rin alam kung mag-isa siya o may kasama eh. Tapos yun, kung wala talaga, di mo makita, CCTV na talaga and report agad sa barangay.
Yeah. Required ba magpa-blotter? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman siguro pero nakakatulong din eh.
How about you, Bausa? Meron bang nagturo sa'yo? Well, your father was there, di ba? Alam niya yung gagawin. Tama ba?
For me, since first time nangyari sa akin, totally wala ako talaga alam kung paano gawin. Ang alam ko lang is to report it to the immediate authorities and then yun na yun. I mean, hintayin mo na lang yung response nila. Pero it also heavily relies on you kasi kung iaasa mo lang na others would do it for you, it would take some time and yung sa time na yun, baka makalimutan na nila or parang least priority nila na hanapin yung nawawalang bike. So for me, tama yung sinabi ni Gab na kung ano yung initial reaction, you'll be really frantic about everything. So you need to, sabi din, you need to reset yourself. Kailangan mong, kumbaga parang be top of the matter. Mind over matter lang na parang, okay, nawala na yung bike, ano yung gagawin after na kailangan, and then plan your actions after yun. And it also helps when you reach out to a friend or reach out to a community. Ikaw magulo isip mo eh. Sila, alam nila kung paano ka i-guide and then sila yung makapagsabi kung ano yung magandang next step na kailangan gawin. So,
ayan, you need to be proactive. Bausa yung sa case mo ba na nahuli yung magnanakaw? Paano nalaman? Paano mo na-recover yung bike mo?
So ayun, di ba? Kausap ni Papa yung police sa Pasay or Manila Police District. And then sabi nila, may lead daw sila sa bandang Pasay. Nung nagkaroon ng lead, pinunta ni Papa kasi that time nasa bahay ako. And then kakatapos ko lang ng orientation sa school. And then pagtapos nun, parang sabi niya, uy, nahanap na yung bike. Pinakita yung photo, parang sister ko una kasi nakakita, sinend sa messenger, sabi niya, uy kuya, nahanap na bike mo. So sabi ko parang totoo ba na nahanap pa talaga bike or just, kasi parang hirap pa paniwalaan na after 7 days mahanap pa yun na buo. Sabi ko, okay, bike ko nga talaga to and so ito na, makukuha ko na yung bike. So, and I was really shocked nung time na yun.
Parang shock na happiness siguro na
Oo.
parang di ka makapaniwala na na-recover yung bisikleta.
So ayun, oo, tama. I agree. Tapos yun, nakulong yung person kasi unfortunately, this is the second time na ginawa niya. And ako, I didn't bother talking to the person already and hindi na rin namin kinausap kasi parang, we gone through so much negativity and parang if you're going to give out your emotions to that person, it's going to be useless. Let the proper authorities do their job, do their way with it, and then just be glad na nahanap yung bike. Kasi in all accounts, siguro in other cases na hindi na nahanap yung bike, just really be happy or be glad na hanap yung bike.
Tama ba, Gab? Leather bag lang yung hindi mo na-recover?
Yung saddle bag lang. Interior lang man laman niya, tsaka yung mga levers, pantanggal ng gulo.
Ikaw, Bausa, buo pa yung bike mo nung nakuha mo?
Buo naman siya kaso nawala yung dalawang tubigan, pati yung ilaw sa likod, pati speedometer. So sabi ko, okay, medyo kailangan ko ulit gumastos para dito. Kasi long distance rider ako, parang as compared to my friends na nagsi-city ride most of the time, ako, I tend to go out of town and go out of the city to far places, as in far places. And essentials, essentials yung tubig sa akin kasi parang yun yung gas mo dalawang tubigan.
Yeah, totoo.
So, medyo sabi ko, okay, sad. Pero
at least the bike was there, di ba?
The bike was there.
Do you think it's also important to have a distinct kind of bicycle na kaya na-recover ba yung mga bikes niyo dahil meron siyang, hindi siya generic, alam niyo yun? Yung bike kasi na nanakaw sa amin, it's a very generic mountain bikes, all stock parts, and part na nag-give up kami sa paghanap is that we thought na it's just gonna be a random bike na binibenta sa online or sa bike shop na hindi namin madedetermine na, it's the bike na nawala. Do you recommend or not necessarily any kind of bike can be recovered?
Sa akin, siguro nagkataon lang kasi sa akin sobrang kakaiba Parang kahit ako wala akong nakikitang same na ganun yung itsura sa brand. So, ilan pa lang yung nakikilala kong merong same brand. Malaking tulong din na sobrang distinct yung bike mo. Tsaka, kasi alam agad nila na ikaw yung may-ari nun Parang, pag nakita nila yan, parang, kay Gab to. Parang, kunyari, nakapark ako sa 1C. Hindi man nila ako nakikita pa mismo, alam nila nandun na ako
Yeah, mas madaling mahanap siguro kapag mas distinct.
Oo.
Parang may advantage pero not necessarily important.
Oo, hindi naman importante. Kasi, siyempre, alam naman sumadya ka pa na talagang may iibahin ka or bibili ka ng kakaibang bike. Pero, di ba, lalo na ngayon, lahat naman tayo, tight budget, ganyan.
Para sa akin, hindi, kala ko unique bike ko. Kasi sabi ko, luma na. Tapos, konti lang ata bigyan ito. Pero, yung nag-post ako online, may nag-comment doon, sabi niya, uy boss, baka akalain mo na ako yan Ito picture ko kasama na same bike, tapos sa Antipolo din siya naman. Sabi niya, boss, baka akala mo na ako to. Hindi. So,
oh no, may ganun pala.
So, for me, it's very important na meron ka ring picture with your bike. Kumbaga parang memento mo na rin, di ba?
I also like to add na importante din na picture nyo talaga yung mga bikes nyo. I remember many cases na naghahanap ng bisikleta but they cannot provide a photo of their bicycle kasi hindi nila na-picturean.
Importante rin siguro na either meron kang gawin sa bike mo na distinct na may kabit ka or kabisaduhin mo siguro lahat ng mga gas, yung kung ano yung mga nakatikit, whatever.
Yeah, importante.
Mo na sa'yo. Lalo na yun nga, yung maraming may magkakaparehong bike.
With all of these things that happened to you, getting your bike stolen, the pain of thinking kung mare-recover ba yan, and the actual recovery of the bike, what are your realizations with all of this?
Sa akin, well, yung akin kasi may mali din ako on my part kasi nga iniwan ko walang lock. Pero parang mas napamahal pa sa akin lalo yung bike ko. Yung una kasi yun yung first bike na binili ko on my own. Tapos ngayon, syempre, parang nawala, tapos recovered within the day. Parang mas hindi ko na siya papakawalan. Parang yun na yung talagang favorite bike ko ngayon.
How about you, Bausa?
Yung sa akin naman, parang yung sinasabi ng maraming tao na little things in life would be the greatest things na magpapasaya sa'yo. For many people, it just might be a bike. But for me, it's a gentle reminder for me na parang hindi ka dapat mag-give up in everything. It's just an object, pero iba yung impact niya sa'yo eh. Parang I explored so many things with it. I went to different places na few people will go to with it. And then I honestly enjoyed every bit of my life habang nasa bike ako.
Hindi. Tsaka ano lang, parang in my case, parang budol buy ko siya. Parang it proves lang na yung saying na if it's for you talaga. Kasi yun nga, una, sinend lang man sa akin yung link na kung gusto kong bilhin. Una, palilipasin ko pa sana. Pero pinunta ko rin the same day. Tapos yun nga, nanakaw, nakuha ko ulit the same day. So parang lalo ko na feel na para sa akin nga talaga tong bike na to.
Ang ganda kasi yung sinabi ni Bausa na never give up. Kasi in our case, nag-give up na kami eventually and hindi nga namin nahanap yung bisikleta. And I guess, if nahanap nga namin yung bisikleta na yon na nanakaw sa bahay namin, like what Gab said, mas mamahalin namin yung bike na yun. Mas aalagaan and perhaps, di ba, ilalak na talaga namin yung bisikleta para sure ball na hindi na siya manakaw. But I think among anything else, those people na nanakawan ng bike, dapat hindi sila maging hard on themselves as well, na wag nilang sisihin. Kasi at the end of the day, dapat hindi naman talaga nagnanakaw ng kahit anong gamit yung mga tao. But, you know, it's a more complex thing, I think, dahil there's another layer na bakit nga ba nagnanakaw yung mga tao, di ba? Some inequalities in life. Maybe they're forced to steal things para mabuhay sila for their survival. So, ayun, to wrap this conversation, I guess ako, what I learned from Bausa and Gab is that pag nawala yung bike mo, it's okay na magpanic ka for a bit, but collect yourself and take necessary action. So, what are those necessary actions? Post it on social media, ask friends to help you find your bike, post it online, and go to authorities. Kasi sila yung mga tao na who can really help you. Like for example, magpo-provide ng CCTV, footage, sila yung mga taong magiging proactive in finding the thief na nagnakaw ng bisikleta ninyo. Gab, Bausa, do you wanna add more about para yung mga listeners natin magkaroon sila ng matulungan sila just in case. Wag naman sana manakawan sila ng bisikleta.
Ayun, in case may ganong incident, huwag silang mahiya lumapit sa community. Or sa mga kaibigan nila. I mean, huwag nila itago sa sarili nila. Lalo na kung yung case is alam nila na may nagawa din silang mali kung bakit nanakaw, like me. Baka itago lang nila sa sarili nila na hindi sila humingi ng tulong. Feeling ko kahit yung maliit na bagay na pag-repost, malaking tulong na rin sa kanila kasi yun.
And for those who are listening here, pag may nakita kayong stolen bike, it really helps when you share it. Kahit na sabihin nyo na konti lang yung following ninyo or hindi naman mataas yung reach ninyo, it really helps to post kasi meron at meron pa rin makakakita na baka makatulong sa pag-recover ng bike.
For me naman, it takes one step. Kunwari, nanakaw yung bike mo. Dapat today, kausapin mo yung barangay. Tapos after that, be content with what you do, with what you did. Kasi you did something about it na eh. And patuloy-tuloy siya. It's a process na kapag may ginawa ka, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Just take that one step na hanapin yung bike. Also, siguro for many people, don't tolerate buying stolen goods. Kasi isipin nyo, mawawala yung cycle pag ganun eh. Kapag kinokondena nyo na bumili kayo ng nakaw na gamit, mas maraming magnanakaw dyan. Kasi yun yung purpose nila eh. That's their unfortunate purpose na magnakaw para magbenta. So, wag natin tolerate yun na bumili tayo mga nakaw na ano. Always verify if this is original and hindi nakaw. Yun. So, that's my additional.
Tama. Kahit very tempting siya, no? Kahit very tempting na mura yung bisikleta, do not tolerate buying stolen goods. Gab and Bausa, maraming salamat for joining me here sa Tambike Session dahil napaka-importanting conversation ito na madaming hindi may alam kasi kung ano yung gagawin nila kapag just in case mawala yung bisikleta nila. Kapag nawalan ka ng bisikleta, it's really, really disappointing. Parang gumuho talaga yung mundo mo. And for those people na hindi pa na-experience yun, anticipating na mawala ng bike can really be frustrating. That's why stories like Gabs and Bausas give hope ng pag-asa na there is a chance na ma-recover ang mga nawawala at nanakaw na bikes. To our listeners and to Bausa and Gab, thank you very much for joining us sa episode na to. Sana may natutunan ng ating mga tagapakinig. And sana magkita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na episode ng Tambike Session.